Alright, one thing I've been noticing a lot of people have been doing since Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out is a major complaint about a certain character, and we all, before I even say his name, you probably know who I'm talking about, but that is the Sentinel robot from the X-Men series. And as you know, in ways, he's kind of cheap, overpowered. You know, his supers cancel out. His supers have armor on them. Or at least in 3, his supers have armor on them, and they can cancel out projectiles. And he can fly. In 3, though, you can't fly forever like you could in 2. That's how it is with a lot of people. But I've just been seeing a lot of people complaining and calling Marvel vs. Capcom 3 dumb, simply for the reason that they have Sentinel. And I think that's really showing just how bad of a player you are if you put a game down for just that. Because Sentinel is not unbeatable. Matter of fact, he's very beatable if you just level up your game and stop complaining. My bad about that screensaver. Wait a second. Alright, there we go. But, yeah, I mean, if you suck that bad that you can't beat Sentinel, any Sentinel, I can see if you're playing like a high-level tournament player, Justin Wong, Santhrax. Because, yeah, their Sentinels are good. But if you can't beat some random Sentinel or the computer on its hardest difficulty, then that's really on you. And another thing I want to talk about is people who do use Sentinel in a scrubby way. That I can see why people complain, but even then, they're not unbeatable. But back to those scrubby players, they mainly use Sentinel. They probably never even knew who Sentinel was until the game came out, but they use him because he's so cheap, and they give bad raps to people who use Sentinel because they like Sentinel as a character. You know, they like the X-Men series, and they just like seeing one of the main villains in the game. And so I just, if you just want to say, if you do use Sentinel in a cheap way, please learn how to play him in a respectable way. Because if I know, if I ever went up against a Sentinel player who was being cheap, I'd probably send him a cruddy message, whether I won or lose. But I wouldn't, just drop out a match and rage quit just because, oh man, he's using Sentinel. This dude's cheap as a mug. But, that's all I have to say. Just stop complaining. Level up your game. Matter of fact, on SRK, there's a whole article about this. It's called, The problem isn't Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the problem is you. And with it's just a lot of sucky players complaining about the Sentinel. I personally don't use Sentinel, but I don't feel that he ruins the game that bad. So please, just level up your game and stop crying. I know a lot of you are probably going to leave some jacked up messages on this video and a lot of dislikes, but at this point I really don't care. And it sucks that the fighting game community is plagued by such people who just whine and whine and whine about characters. And they assume that, if they can't beat Sentinel, then it's just a bad game. So please, like I said again, level up your game.